Named this new lens, I've been testing for a few days. The new Tamron 100 to 400 millimeter. As I've been mentioning for the past 2 years now, Tamron has been kicking everybody's butt. I think this is the first YouTube review of this lens. I thought, even though I've been extremely praiseworthy of Tamron in the past couple of years because, well, they've done some really freaking amazing stuff, I thought, oh God, this is another one of those, and of course I knew it would be far superior than Sigma, but I thought, oh geez, it's one of those lenses. It's an intermediate telephoto, as I like to call them. Wow. Totally shocked. I named this in my prior video I made as far as best lenses or best gear of 2017 as one of 5 lenses to make it. This lens is incredible and it's priced to match, and there's several things that you don't know about this lens, probably because there's no reviews out there yet. But let's first talk about, let me actually take this off my Nikon D850, which is what I've been testing this wonderful lens on. It's like, you should have done this before you hit the record button, you fat dude. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. I probably should have done that before I did this. Anyway, there we go. It only took a few seconds. Take the lens hood off because this gets an inappropriate view of the size of this lens. Here we go. Let's first talk about what this lens is and what it isn't. $800. By the way, designed in Japan, made in China. Wonderful. This lens really knocked me off my butt. I wasn't actually expecting this. By the way, yeah, here's full extension of the lens. There is a locking switch on the side. Right here. Metal casing. 2 VR modes, autofocus limit switch, autofocus and limit, and also manual focus. Importantly, let's put these 2 lenses beside the Tamron, and I'll let you figure out here for 2 seconds what the Tamron was designed for and also what it was priced at. Now, I know there's a replacement for this lens now, but still the same lens with a newly designed autofocus system, which is faster and quieter for video use. This is still the 70-300 VRG Nikkor. This is a 4556 lens, and of course we have the Tamron here. I know it's 45 to 6.3, and the fixed f/5.6 to an enormous, obnoxiously huge lens. Actually, let me extend it. So I got it locked. Nope, I don't have it locked. There we go. At 500 millimeters. Here we go. That's appropriate. What is the current price on the 200? I got 2 of these lenses, and I still can't remember the current price for it. About what is it about? Well, the new one is obnoxiously expensive. The new 70-300. This one is $800. The Nikkor 200 to 500 is what, $1,300 or $1,600? Someone is going to correct me. I've got so many lenses in my head that I actually sometimes lose track. Someone's like, you're making a mistake. You should have had this information down before you made this video. And I do. The only problem is that I have so many lenses in my head. Yeah, 1,400. I was thinking 1,600. Even though I own 2 of them, I still forgot the price. So $1,400. $600 more than the 100 to 400. However, this is a huge, obnoxious lens that you would never leave hanging off the front of your camera. This is what this lens is meant for. The vibration reduction, by the way, in the new Tamron 100 to 400 is absolutely just flat out amazing. By the way, the 200 to 500 is the best VR I've ever used on any lens ever. For $800, you get a lens with incredible VR, lightweight, perfectly useful, 4.5, 6.3 out to 400 millimeters, incredible resolution, and no vignetting that I could discern even at 400 millimeters on full frame. I've been doing all testing on the Nikon. Well, that's not true. I've done most testing on the Nikon D850, a little bit on the Nikon D500. $800. This is an epic lens from Tamron. They priced it to be, and that's the reason why I brought out these 2 lenses. I wanted you to think about it for a second. They priced it to be the lens Between, like I said, the new replacement version of this, the AFP lens from Nikon is obnoxiously expensive. This is the old, and it's not that old, it's only recently discontinued, a 7300 VRG Nikkor, which you could buy used, average about $400 and $450. And this, which isn't long enough for a lot of wildlife and sports photography, just 70 to 300. But the 100 to 400, that's a different story. What we have here is amazing VR, lightweight, compact, and portable. This, the only way I'm actually packing this around all day, and I love doing a bird photography with the 200 500, and a lot of wildlife photographers do, it is just, you can't leave this dangling off your camera, for number one. Number two, I actually have to use a specially designed and invented by me, monopod and tactical shot sling rig to de-stress the load between the mount of the camera and the mount of the lens using a tactical shot sling so that I can pack it all day long around out in the field. And I've actually got a lot of hours in the 200 to 500 millimeter Nikkor. I mean, it's just a huge, obnoxious beast. You do gain 100 millimeters more at 500 millimeters and a fixed f5.6 as opposed to 6.3 at 400 millimeters on the Tamron. But Tamron not only has this lens priced right, the resolution is absolutely incredible. For $800, this is an epic steal. Tamron, I thought, even though I've loved a lot of the recent Tamron lenses that have come out, I thought, oh, you know, there's more than a few lenses in this genre, this particular niche that it is meant to fill. This lens is literally meant to fill the slot between this monstrous beast, which is not that expensive. It's actually priced extremely well at $1,400. Said I got two of them. It's an amazing lens. This lens is designed to fill the niche between this obnoxious beast and this beast, which is not incredibly sharp, definitely not that fast to autofocus, and no. And the new version of this is obnoxiously expensive. I forget what it is. It's someone correct me. I'm not even interested in buying it. I tried it out once. It's just horrible, horrible lens. Just a failure from Nikon. The replacement for the 7300 VRG. So here we have it. The perfect answer between these two beasts at $800. Fit, finish, autofocus. VR is absolutely freaking incredible. It feels like 6 stops of VR. Nikon, excuse me. Tamron's going to kill me for saying. Tamron knocked it out of the park on the 100 to 400 millimeter. I'm going to be doing more testing with it and post some test sample pictures as I continue testing with it over the rest of this week. But the 100 to 400 is an epic freaking lens. It is. I wasn't expecting that, even though I've been praising a lot of Tamron's recent lenses. 100 to 400, it's incredible. $800. Not only is it the fill gap between these two beasts of lenses, whether that be Canon's versions or whether that be Nikon's versions, which are right here. It's the perfect gap. Someone didn't want to haul around this obnoxious beast. They want to do sports action, wildlife, or photojournalism, for example. Too heavy, too big. It's not that expensive. It is too damn heavy, too damn big. It'll destroy your camera if you even think of dangling off of there. This is the lens. This lens is too short, not fast enough autofocus, and the VR is not that good. This lens has everything that these two lenses don't have. This lens is a perfect choice as it is. Even if price is no consideration, it's like I got all the money in the world, and that's not me. But if that were the case, the Tamron 100 to 400 is nailed it, sort of perfect choice. There's a reason why Tamron made this lens, and I can see the reason why. It has everything that these two lenses frigging do not have. And I wasn't planning on acquiring this lens, but I do now. I wasn't planning on acquiring the 100 to 400, but I am acquiring it. I have no lens that fits within this category. There are other lenses like it, Sigma, that are at this range, but this lens is incredible. Someone's going to say, you repeated yourself too much. I really do have to emphasize that. This lens it really does fill an empty spot that people want. It's like, well, this lens is too big, too heavy, you know, cost isn't that bad, but, you know, and this lens isn't long enough, it's not fast enough, the VR is not good enough. There's something here missing. Tamron realized that, and they made this beast. Kudos to Tamron on the 100 to 400. You see, I don't get paid to do reviews, okay? Tamron isn't hooking me up with anything. I'm saying it like it is on lenses. I take lens reviews, even though I'm kind of nutty myself, I take lens reviews really seriously. Because I cringe at the thought of someone going out there and buying a lens off my recommendation. You know, and it was wrong, or it was illegitimate because I did some sort of half-arsed review. When I review a lens and test it, I take it very seriously, and it's also what I say. You know, I'm not scripted. I took some notes off my pad over here that I made about this lens, but, you know, I'm speaking off the cuff about the testing that I've done on the 100 to 400, and I'm saying it is that lens. That's why I brought these two lenses out here, to show you what Tamron did. So thanks to Tamron. I have no links below for this lens because I have no affiliate links and no sponsorship. My reviews are free source. However, my time isn't. If anybody ever wants to make a small donation, they can always click the link below, drop a buck or two, or tell me to jump off a cliff, because the videos are always, of course, free to watch, and I want to be helpful. Like I said, this is full extension on the lens. This is a really well-made lens. Sigma should be frightened. Sigma's got nothing even close to the reliability or the VR or the fit, finish, and construction that Tamron does. Tamron is making better lenses now than Nikon is. Nikon still does make some old school fashion metal lenses like this. They're just, you know, butt-kicking lenses, all metal, made in Japan. But most of Nikon stuff is, you know, some cut rate stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays. Tamron!